what made you make a film on Buck? I mean, what took you first so long? He's been a very interesting character. And did the pandemic have anything to do with finally Buck getting his own story?
You know that we chose Buck because he's so beloved. We loved working with Simon and the Dawn of the Dinosaurs and Collision Course, and it's just a wonderful character. He's eccentric and joyful and wacky, and he's a swashbuckling hero. He's funny. He's lovable. He's got such a good heart. I mean, he's such a great character, and there's so much to explore. So much we never got to know him as well as we would like. And so that was one of the reasons why we wanted to dig in a little deeper. And same with Crash and Eddie. They're really funny characters, and we usually get to see just them for their hijinks. And now we wanted to sort of get a sense of them growing up and changing a little bit. So that was kind of why we did it. The pandemic had nothing to do with why we chose Buck. I think we chose him actually, we started talking about this a long time ago, and then finally just realizing it now that we were able to make it. But Buck was always the character we want, and the Lost World was always the place we wanted to go back to.
Being a part of a franchise, you both have been part of this very successful franchise for a long time, since the beginning, in fact. Does it come with a certain amount of challenge, to keep the momentum going in terms of, keeping the same kind of content so that everybody is equally excited for each of these films?
I do think a challenge exists in that, we've set a high bar for ourselves in terms of entertainment and finding fun things and stories to tell. But, it also is somewhat easier in a sense that we know who the characters are. And then now we can take characters that we know and put them in different situations. It's like, well, how are they going to deal with that? How is everybody going to deal with the fact that Crash and Eddie want to go off on their own? Or, how are they going to deal with it now they're in the Lost World by themselves and they don't have Manny to protect them anymore? So, these are fun sort of equations that we can put together by knowing who the characters are, and then also introducing them to new characters. And the challenge there is to make sure that the new characters rise to the level of being worthy adversaries or worthy allies in the adventure. So that's where the real challenge is. But Lori, I'm sure you want to...
Every film is really about family. At the core, at the center, it's about family. And families grow and change and evolve. New members come in, some members leave. And families are it's just a very relatable, universal situation that we're all dealing with all the time. It's always challenging, but it's not as difficult because you're always looking for something that everybody relates to. And a family that grows in size and also, in relationships and changes all the time, and because each individual family member changes all the time, that's a lot easier to approach because we all know those, we all have lived with those.
Is another film being planned post this?
We certainly have plenty to talk about in our, if the audience deems that they want more, then we have so many ideas.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
It all depends on the audience, so we'll see.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Thank you.